We're at a 2-mile road course, the Infineon Raceway, for another NASCAR Winston Cup race on MRN. This course should present quite a challenge to these drivers. Wouldn't you agree, Barney?
Well, these guys only run on road courses twice a year, which means they don't spend much time tuning for them. There is a good chance we'll see a new face in victory lane at the end of this one.
Start your engines.
Good afternoon, race fans. Live from Sonoma, California, here on MRN, we are bringing you live flag-to-flag coverage of the Save Mart Kragen 350. Bit of a new track for these NASCAR drivers. Little bit of a reconfiguration to Sears Point. As you can see on the track map you have on your screen, they have reprofiled what used to be turn 4, and they've kind of made it into a long sweeper, adding a new section of the track called the chute. And so far the drivers have had high praise for this track and its new configuration. They say it's fast, it's flowing, the elevation change makes it a challenge, and we're hoping for a very good race today. Practice has went smoothly. You can see by qualifying these guys have done a pretty amazing job. Bobby the Bond, you can see there on the pole, his lap time a 97 mile an hour average, very quick for a road course. As you see your starting lineup for the Save Mart Kragen 350, as I said, Bobby the Body on pole, Derek Jarrett to his outside, rookie Dustin Lewis Jr. starting in the 3rd position, Jeff Gordon in 4th, and Mark Martin in 5th. A lot of guys up there that usually don't run all the way up at the front, but some have been making quite a statement on this new layout. One in particular being Matt Kenseth, another rookie, starting from the 8th position. As you see the rest of the grid down there for the start of this race. Mike Skinner, you can see down there in P35, did not have a very good qualifying session. He will start lower in the pack than usual. As we look back from the pace car cam, looking at the field as they come out of the penultimate corner, that right-hand sweeper. The pace car will not go onto the main pit road. It will go onto what we call Gilligan's Island, little pit straight that the cars that qualify in the back of the pack will have to use. You see the pace car make the sharp right-hand turn to go down Gilligan's Island. Bobby the Body and Dale Jarrett waiting for the green flag to fly, and as they come out to the front straightaway, there it is, green flag in the air. We are racing here in Sears Point. Double file as they go up the hill into the 1st and 2nd corners. Jarrett got a little bit onto the rumble strip on the inside. Dustin Lewis starting 3rd. He got into the dirt. That's going to slow him down a little bit. That's going to let Jeff Burton and Jeff Gordon on through. He's going to fight back on the inside. As Bobby Lamont crests the hills, we're going to look back from his driver cam. Head down that sweeper into the chute. Hard braking zone into this 90-degree right-hander. Everyone getting woed up for that corner. You're going about 140 going into that corner as you come down the chute. Getting it down to about 2nd gear takes a lot of modulating of the brakes so you don't lock up. They head down the hill through the S's. See Jeff Gordon's currently sitting in the 3rd position, Jeff Burton sitting in 4th, and Dustin Lewis rounding out the top 5. Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt kind of battling for the 6th position there as we head now into the final corner. The hairpin that will lead onto the front straightaway. Jared looking a little good on the brakes there going through the hairpin, but Bobby Labonte's got the drive off. As we complete lap 1, Bobby Labonte continuing a season of dominance. Didn't have a great race at Pocono last week, but so far has bounced back, qualifies on pole, and now has led 1 lap. That'll be 5 bonus points for him, heading his way. See Dustin Lewis back there battling with Jeff Burton to try and get the 4th position. Up through the hill, up the gears. That top of the hill is where a lot of drivers are going to kind of be watching their throttle. Car gets really light up there and it can kind of get away from them if they're not careful. And as they go through the corner, and we got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag on the track. It would, let's see if we can't get eyes on who that might be. Oh, that's Steve Park that has brought out the yellow, I do think. I think he brought, yeah, there he is, right behind Scott Pruitt. I don't think it was a serious incident, but NASCAR has elected to throw the yellow. I didn't see any damage on the one car at all. As you see Bobby Labonte racing his way back to the yellow flag. Trying to get a replay for the fans at home here as these cars head onto the front straightaway. I think he may have made contact with another car. As I think we do have the replay. Yes, we do have the replay. Here we go. So they're coming up to the top of the hill here, and he gets on the dirt a little bit. Oh, and he just came across the nose of Sterling Marlin, and that spun him around. And I think Sterling Marlin may have hit the wall there too. But I think both drivers got out of it fairly okay. I don't see much damage on either one of those cars. But this will put us under the yellow flag. I don't imagine anybody coming down pit road. We've only ran 2 laps in this race. As you can see, we're looking back from the bumper of Bobby Labonte. Why don't we take a moment here and go to our first commercial break. And welcome back, everybody. From that short commercial break, we've got everything cleaned up and re-racked for this race to get back underway. No cars pitting under that first yellow flag. I didn't really see any point in pitting. The tires were probably up to temperature, but they hadn't really got any wear up under them yet. So we're going to be taking the green flag here again, and we're completing lap 4. So when we go to the green flag, we're going to be on lap 5. It's going to tick off pretty quick. So far, we've averaged about a 95-mile-an-hour lap, and here's Bobby Labonte's driver cam, and there's the green flag. He's ready to go. There they go. Back to green flag racing here in Sonoma. As he climbs the hill, he's up to the gears, now going back down the gears, getting the car woed up to make the corners. No contesting of that position right now as you see him go down the hill, now back up the hill. A lot of elevation change here. It makes it a challenge for these cars. Down the sweeper going into the chute. Bobby Labonte got no problems with us. We look from this cam here, Anderson camera looking into the chute. We see a little bit of lock up there. I think it may be the 53 that locked up going into the right-hander. He needs to be careful not locking up like that. It will cause a lot of wear on the tires. And here at a road course, tire wear is a big deal to ride along the cam of Mart. You see he goes into the fast right-hander, a very tight entry and a tight exit on that corner. Got to make sure it's all right as he goes down the gears, and oh, he's going to do a little lunge here on the 99. 2 teammates right there, both from Roush Racing, and it doesn't look like the 60 will have a move made. And that was tucking right behind the 99. Rethink a move here if he wants to get up into that 4th position. We switch places here. We're going to go into the 99. He's going to be chasing down Jeff Gordon, which Gordon's shown a good bit of pace in practice. He had good qualifying. He's got to mess up, I think, for that 99 to get anywhere near him. As you see, a lot of gear changes going on through this lap. They go up from 2nd into 3rd, and oh, we got trouble again. Trouble again on the track. That's the 53. He was in the dirt. Don't think there's a caution yet. There is a caution. There is a caution. NASCAR has elected to throw the yellow. What in the heck happened to the 53 car? You see these cars are going to race back to the yellow flag and tuck in behind the pace car, but he was all the way in the dirt. What in the world happened to him? We're looking here. Hopefully we got a camera angle of what exactly happened to that 53 car. I believe that was in the same place that Steve Park may have spun. I just wonder if it's the same circumstance. He gets onto the dirt a little bit and got loose. I mean, that is the, I mean, like I said, the top of the hill there, that is a popular spot for the cars to lose traction. And I think we do have a replay. Here we go. So yeah, it looks about the same spot here. Comes out of the corner. Oh, yeah. The tires, the back wheels started to spin. You can kind of hear it there. And he goes off in the dirt. And NASCAR has elected to throw the yellow for that incident. So we're going to get a little re-rain. He locked up the brakes again going to that corner. Tires are getting a workout down there. However, with another yellow, and again, we have not run long into this. I don't imagine anyone will pit under this yellow flag. So I think we will take another commercial break here. We'll come back to green flag action here from Sonoma. Stay with us here on MRN. Welcome back to MRN's live coverage of the Save Mart Kragen 350 here from Sears Point Raceway here in Sonoma, California. No pit stops under the second yellow flag of the day. Bobby Labonte will lead these guys back to the green flag. And any minute, we'll see the green light come on. There it is. We are back to green flag racing here in Sonoma. Not much change throughout the field. Like I said, no real pit stop activity under that yellow flag. Dustin Lewis did drop down a few positions due to having caused that yellow flag, but he's still up there inside the top 10 as you see him on your screen. As these drivers come up the hill, we are currently on lap 9 of 28. Get a good flyby of the field from this camera angle here as they crest the hill and go down into the sweeper and into the chute. A lot of cars fanning out wide here. Oh, Michael Waltrip going into the dirt there at the top of the hill. Don't think that affected him much. I think he got it back under control. You see Bobby Labonte make his way through the S's under the bridge. Very technical and flowing section right here. Very easy to overdrive the car. If you miss time at braking point, or you miss time getting on the throttle, very easy to mess it up here as we ride along with Ricky Rowan. And you see another puff of sweat. I don't know who that may have been from. Someone got a little too aggressive on the brakes going into the sweeper. And again, another little bit of a lockup. I don't know who that may have been. Maybe in the 53 again. I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't really tell. See Chad Little make his move on Ricky Rudd on the inside of that hairpin. We're looking live here at Dustin Lewis, making looking a little pacey going through the first turn there. As you see him taking a little bit of a peek under Matt Kenseth, but can't quite make it stick right there. Two Rookie of the Year competitors right there. Matt Kenseth, Dustin Lewis, currently very close in points. Matt Kenseth just barely ahead of the 53, and the 53 having a little bit of a moment coming at the top of the hill. Car got a little bit loose, and oh, here he goes to the inside of Kenseth. A little bit of a lockup, but it's going to be side by side as we head down through the S's. And he's going to tuck right in behind Kenseth again. That's a bad place to go side by side. It's barely big enough for one car, let alone two. As we go back to the front with Bobby Labonte. Bonnie was stretching that lead ahead of Dale Jarrett. The 18 car just looking really, really, really strong today, like he has been all season long. Anytime he's running, he's usually running up front. Of course, Pocono last week had an issue at the very beginning of the race. Didn't complete a single lap. But so far having a great bounce back weekend here at Sears Point. Snake through the beginning sections here as you see the field kind of getting spread out, everyone finding their own little rhythm. Thing about these road courses is you have to find a good rhythm. It's just like an oval, but a lot more technical. So if getting in that rhythm, very, very critical. You see some of these top 5 guys, they have found that rhythm and they're barely making any mistakes. They know when to get on the brake, when to pick up the throttle again, when to upshift. And some of these, in the top 5, some of these guys, excellent road course racers. Another one that we would expect to run really good here is Tony Stewart, but So far, he has not had a very good race. Started towards the mid-pack, and he's just tumbled. He's back down there towards 40th positions, and you can see he's got no one around him. He's having a very tough weekend. Car does not sound all that bad. It might be something with the suspension in the car. It might be some part of the springs or something with the tires, maybe. It might be causing him issues. So far back up here with the top 5, you see Martin looking to try and make a move here on the 99 sometime soon. But right now, those two have been setting a very similar pace. But I can tell you this, the 24 has not been setting the lap times that the top 2 have been. He has been a little bit slower, and that might pull the 99 up to him, and that might cost him a position here in the middle stages of this race. We're coming up to the halfway point here. Meanwhile, Dustin Lewis, a guy that we honestly did not expect to do so well with his first road course race in these Cup cars, right now running inside the top 10. We're currently positioned in 7th. Qualifying 3rd, so he's only dropped 4 positions. He's having a pretty good race thus far, but he is hustling that 53 Savage Arm Chevrolet. You see that lockup and a little bit wide coming out of that right-hand corner. Another lockup again. He is pushing that car, giving it everything he has, hopefully trying to make some ground up on the 3 of Earnhardt. And maybe the 6 of Martin, hopefully get back in the top 5 and score some good points. Again, another car that did not have a great run at Pocono. Blew an engine in the middle goings of the race, and that sidelined him from the rest of Sunday's race. So here's hoping he can bounce back just like Bobby Labonte has and get some good points. Maybe even provide much more of a challenge to Matt Kenseth for the Rookie of the Year honors. Right into the 90-degree right-hander. Seems like going into the braking zone, that 53 is a little bit better than the 3, but the 3 can just get the power down a lot better, and that it's kind of got him in a balancing act. Say this much though, they are pulling away from the 25 of Jerry Nadeau, another guy that's having a pretty good day, another guy that I think did not have a great run at Pocono either. I think he actually went out the same time Bobby Labonte did, and look at this, the 53. Oh no, he's trying to bump the Intimidator out of the way. I don't know if that was intentional. I think he may have missed his braking zone just a little bit. It didn't seem to affect the 3 all that much, but 53 is just, he is really pushing that car, and ooh, he missed his braking zone again. Didn't have a very clean turn 1, but he kind of made it work coming into turn 2. This just goes to show how much he is actually hustling this car around Sears Point. I mean, you can hear it in the throttle, you can hear it in the gear shifts. He is trying to chase down that number 3 and hopefully get by him. It's so good under brakes, he just cannot get the car wound up off the corner. And through the S's, one of the trickier parts, and he slices through him. A little wiggle there coming out of that corner. Gets wide on this entry. Good entry, good exit. Doesn't really gain him much, but it was smooth. Heading into the hairpin corner, down the gears. Again, great under brakes. But you see him struggle getting on the throttle right here. And you just see the 3 car pull away from him with ease. Say this though, despite the little mistakes the car is much quicker than 8th place Jerry Nadeau. He has put right around a 10th in the past 2 laps on Jerry Nadeau. So that 53, he might look like he's got a handful, but he is proving that car has got pace. Meanwhile, Bobby Labonte has got no competition. He has started to really pull away from Dale Jarrett. You see the 88 in the background there as they go through the S's. But that might start to go down because of who Bobby Labonte is currently catching. If you remember, beginning of the race, Steve Park got into a little issue with Sterling Marlin, and that put him towards the back of the pack, and it has not gotten any better. He is the last car on the lead lap, and right now Bobby Labonte is catching him. So the chances are that one car in that 18 might have an issue, and that might bring Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, and Mark Martin into this mix. But while we're here, we're going to take a quick commercial break while the field flies by this camera. Stick with us here on MRN. We will be right back. Welcome back to MRN's live coverage here from Sears Point Raceway of the Save Mart Kragen 350. If you're just joining us, Bobby Labonte has led the field since the drop of the green flag. A dominant performance yet again from the Joe Gibbs driver. Right now, might be coming up to lap Steve Park. It has been a slower process, but he has caught him, and we might see Steve Park go a lap down, but at the same time, this might hurt Bobby Labonte a little bit if he can't get by that one car, and that might bring Dale Jarrett up to his rear bumper. If you see him go over the hill, he is slowly inching closer and closer to that one car. As we head down into the chute, on the brakes, rolling through the corner, real nice and smooth for Bobby Labonte. Not much has changed in the way of your top five. No one has really made any moves. Meanwhile, on pit road, unscheduled pit stop. The 53 came down pit road. I wonder what that may have been about. That is a stop that, honestly, the 53 should not have taken. I'm really curious as to what in the world would have caused him to make a pit stop. Hopefully we can get something from our pit reporters on pit road. Right now we haven't got anything on the 53 on why the pit stop took place, so hopefully we will get something very soon. As soon as we get it, we will tell you what happened to that 53 car. But he was running inside the top 10, and well, now he's plummeted. He's towards the back of the pack. He's in the 30s now. That one pit stop really messed him up. I'm just hoping it wasn't anything critical that might be, race ending for him. As we go back to the leader here of Bobby Labonte, currently following Steve Park, getting very close to lapping Steve. He might lap him in the next couple laps. I mean, I would imagine he'd have to. The dirty air off of these cars is really going to affect him, something that we haven't really talked about much because the leader hadn't really encountered any traffic, but now that he has, that's going to slow him down a little bit. So we head down into the turn. Gets right on the back bumper. He's going to keep it clean, though. And we do have a report on the 53. It was a mechanical issue on the tires. Apparently he had hit a curb and it had damaged one of the wheels, and thankfully they were able to get it repaired quickly and get him back out there. But that explains why he went from the top 10 all the way down into the 30s, because of that just a lengthy pit stop. They had to get that fixed and get him back out there, and hopefully he can get to the end of the race and hopefully salvage something from that pit stop. Meanwhile, the 88 of Jarrett, a little bit closer than he has been the past couple laps. I do think Steve Park being in front of the 18 is bringing the 88 into this fight. The question is, if we go green the rest of the way, can he get there quick enough? Let's see, looking out the front window here from Dale Jarrett, the 18 is there. You can see him just for a second as they go through these corners. You're not seeing him as they crest the hill here. Jarrett is going to have to keep it smooth, keep it clean in order to catch the 18. If that 18 is going to try and pass the one car, or is that one car going to hold him up? You see, he's still not by him yet. You see the 88 roll through turn 12, the hairpin going onto the front straightaway as we cross over from lap 21 into lap 22. just that lap alone, Jarrett was slightly faster, picking up just under half a second just on that one lap. It goes to show just how much lap traffic can change the tone of a race. With that one car being there, that has made the 18's pace slowly come down, and that is bringing Dale Jarrett into this fight. And he's maybe going to make it 2 in a row. He won last week at Pocono. Now he might win here at Sears Point if that 18 does not get by that one car. And it looks like Jarrett's going to make up a bunch of time on this lap. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon is not even in the same frame as the 88. Just goes to show the pace of the front two, Jarrett and Labonte. They have been fast. Roll through the corner nice and smooth. He is making up time here as we look to the rest of the cars, and I think we were having an issue with our scoring ticker because I'm pretty sure that was Jeff Burton in front of Jeff Gordon. It has updated, but the 99 is not on our ticker. That might be an issue. We might have to look into that. And we have trouble in the S's. Oh no! Sterling Marlin, yet again another incident for him, and Dustin Lewis, another incident for him as well, and Kragen got involved. Goodness me, what has happened in the S's? Yellow flag is out. The Kragen hitting the 53. I don't think that 50 car has much damage. The 53 doesn't look badly damaged either. He might have a little bit of cave-in right where the right front tire is, but it doesn't look too bad. They might be able to work with it. A late race caution here. You see the 18. He's not lapping the one car. He's going to stay right behind him. A little bit of sportsmanship right there from Labonte. He could have probably easily lapped the one car, but he is elected not to, as he has now taken the yellow flag onto lap 24. We are getting the replay of what has caused that incident between the 40, the 50, and the 53. You see the field get woed up, hopefully to catch the pace car here in the beginning part of the track here in the first sector, which Park will go by the pace car because he gets the wave around. He gets to go to the tail end of the line. And Labonte and Jarrett have woed up. As we look and see, do we have that replay? We do. It will be pulling up here shortly, as soon as they have it ready. Here we go, and we're going to see what happened here. Oh, they were side by side. They make contact. That put the 40 on the curb. Hard to say really what exactly, who to blame there for that incident. I don't think either one of them were really to blame. It seemed like they were hard racing, and maybe Dustin cut off the 40 just a little bit. That's a shame. That's put both of those cars in a bad situation. But late race, I don't think anyone should be pitting. I don't think it would be beneficial to. So we're going to take our last commercial break here from Sears Point here on MRN. Stay with us. We will be right back with racing action from Sears Point. Welcome back to MRN's live coverage of the Save Mart Kragen 350. A 2-lap shootout to decide this one. Hardly anyone took a pit stop. Some guys did, some guys didn't, and towards the back of the pack. But Bobby Labonte, the top 5, did not pit. They will have 2 laps to settle it out. Bobby Labonte will be the control car. There's the green flag. We are racing once again here from Sears Point as we get a flyby of the field here, as everyone gets up to speed and up through the gears. See the guys in the back, they had to take the green flag in that hairpin corner, and that has really spread out the field as they come up through the hill. Bobby Labonte got a great restart. Jarrett trying to chase him down. Burton in the third position trying to chase down Jarrett. Earnhardt working his way up into the 5th position. We mentioned earlier that our ticker was not updating. We have got it fixed. But it's pretty much not necessary right now because we can see the top 5 so easily. We can call them out as we need it. Labonte keeping it smooth through the sweeper. Hard on the throttle when he gets onto the straightaway. Into the hairpin, wide entry. Get as low as you can. Protect that inside. Gordon looks to the inside of the 99, but I don't think he can make the move stick. No, he doesn't. He falls right back in line. Here's the white flag for Bobby Labonte. DNF last week at Pocono. Now dominating the race. And no, not again for the 53. He has spun again. This time, oh, there is damage. That is damage to the rear end of the car. That is not the way you want to end a race here at Sears Point. He will take the white flag. He is going to finish the race. He's not coming down pit road. That's unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, back up front, it is all Bobby Labonte. All Bobby Labonte has to do is just make these next corners smooth and not overstep his boundaries. Through the S's. Clean as you like. A season of dominance will continue. We head down through the corners into the penultimate. Bobby Labonte, Joe Gibbs Racing, through the hairpin, one last corner, has made the 2000 season theirs. Up the gears one more time to the checkered flag. It will be Bobby Labonte dominating here at Sears Point. Amazing job by that team. Dale Jarrett, Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, your top 5. As we see the rest of the field come past the start-finish line to take the checkered flag. Unfortunately for the 53, he will be the last car to take the checkered flag.
That's a good day out there, guys. Thanks for all the hard work. Great job. See you in victory lane.
You're the crew chief for Bobby Labonte, congratulating their driver on another dominating win. Here is your race results for the Save Mart Kragen 350. See the top 5 that we had called out. Jerry Nadeau, great run for him, finishing in the 8th position. Matt Kinsleywell finishing in 9th. Robert Presley, Chad Little, great runs for them, P11 and 12. Johnny Benson finishing in the 13th position. And unfortunately for some of these guys, not great finishes. Tony Stewart finishing in P30. Dustin Lewis, rookie contender, finishing in the 41st position. Steve Park could never bounce back from that incident earlier in the race. He will finish one lap down in last place. As the field finds their way onto pit road, we will see this 18 car burn it down here in just a little bit. As you see some of the cars making their way around the actual track that they're trying to get to Gilligan's Island. Some of those cars qualifying in the back. And you see the 53, the last car to take the checker flag, making his way on the pit road. But it is all Bobby Labonte coming off the pit lane, congratulating his pit crew. Why don't he let's let him burn it down here at Sears Point.